So let's start with the need behind GST, or simply put, why GST? Because of the complex structure of taxation system and multi-level tax collections, the overall taxation regime in India was not comfortable either for customers or businesses. A simpler tax regime was the need of the hour to develop a uniform national market. Also, transparency in the taxation system was an immediate concern. To address these issues, Indian taxation system went through a series of amendments, finally culminating in the form of Goods and Services Tax. So, what exactly is GST? It is an indirect tax levied in India on sale of goods and services. GST is divided in 5 slabs: 0, 5, 12, 18, and 28 percentages. Petroleum products and alcoholic drinks are taxed separately by individual state governments. Plans are in place to bring in petroleum products under GST as well. Also, gold and precious stones have special GST rates defined by the government. So, GST came into effect on 1st of July 2017. It is the 122nd bill of our Constitution. GST has replaced multiple forms of taxes previously charged by central and state governments. And it is governed by the GST Council. On a few luxury and demerit goods, an additional cess is levied over the peak rate of 28%. So let's look at the history of this great initiative. The first step was taken in 1986 during the government of VP Singh. Modvat was introduced as a reform towards indirect taxes. Few years later, the Narasimha Rao government started discussions on state-level value-added taxes. It was during the Vajpayee government that a final go-ahead was made for the single common GST. Next governments took their respective steps, and finally in the month of August 2016 the GST Amendment Bill was finally passed. So, the GST in its core form has replaced several central and state taxes, namely customs duty, excise duty, central sales tax, service tax, value-added tax, luxury tax, octroi, and so on. So which forms of transactions are eligible for GST taxation? Any forms of sale, transfer, purchase, barter, lease or import of goods and services will entertain GST tax. India has adopted a dual GST model where the taxation is administered by both union and state governments. For intrastate transactions, GST is a sum of central GST and state GST. While for interstate transactions or import of goods, an integrated GST will be applicable. GST is a consumption-based tax. This means, the taxes are paid to the state where the goods or services are getting consumed and not the state where they are produced. What is GSTN or GST network? This is an organization formed for running the operations for GST on a single platform involving all the concerned stakeholders. So, this is the basic brief about GST. The subject is so vast that a book will be small to explain the entire GST concept. But for an introductory purpose, we'll restrict ourselves here, and I hope you had a benefit from this video.